What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video, and welcome to your stimulus package update and daily news report for Sunday, April 10th. So let's go over some things because we have a lot of new updates. And what's happening right now, and this is something that's been discussed for quite some time, is the longer the war in Ukraine goes on, the more food shortages we're going to see, the more gas prices are going to be impacted, the more home buyers feel like they have to push into the market. And again, all this stuff is bringing on more talks of we need to provide more relief to the American people. So let's address this because right now we know prices for food, gas, housing, and almost everything in between is not coming down anytime soon. And it's because of this that many are actually worried about what to expect over the next few months. Because again, the war in Ukraine is causing a lot of supply issues. Our food supply is starting to dwindle. It's because of that, it's causing more problems. We're seeing more prices increase. And again, this is just here in the US. But in other countries, they're seeing the same thing. Now, what some experts are saying is that this food shortage is not just a localized situation. It's a global crisis. They say supermarket prices are projected to rise by more than 20%. The USDA has already said that like meat, fish, eggs, things like that are expected to rise over 12%. And some are saying, no, we're going to see prices rise by more like 20%. So it's crazy. We know the supply out of wheat out of Ukraine, that's actually expected to be less than half of what it was in 2021. That was already a reduced number. Well, in 2022, that's this year, we were actually supposed to see the strongest season from wheat out of Ukraine. Strongest season on record. That has been hit hard because there's shelling going all across Ukraine. It's impacting the farms. We're seeing farmers simply leave their farms to go fight on the front lines, which again causes issues not just in Ukraine, not just in Europe, but globally. Just to give you an idea, in India, people are already paying higher prices for instant noodles, as these are made with Ukrainian wheat. In other countries, we're seeing bread is in short supply as well. But you're probably thinking, well, why would this impact us here in the United States? Well, here's the reason why. The Biden administration is expected to ship more food aid to hungry countries and help farmers actually boost their crop yields. But some people worry that by sending too much aid away, it's likely going to hurt the US and cause prices to go up even higher. Well, right now, that's exactly what the Biden administration is saying as well. That President Biden has said it out of his own mouth that yes, prices will be higher, but that is the price that we must pay. So again, they understand that yes, we are going to have to pay more for the things we get here. But at the same time, it's not just because we have a shortage, it's because we're helping. And that's causing a little bit of shortage here. But again, that's just a small portion of it. Now, one thing I can tell you, okay, more Americans are actually going back to shopping in a grocery store. They're shopping in local stores as opposed to shopping online. And the goal with this is to get the best price. And they understand that if this means that they have to, they can't opt for convenience any longer, then that's what they're going to do. But let me ask you this, because I do a lot of my shopping online. I do a lot of it online. I get packages every single day to my house. And it's because of convenience. But let me know. Are you going to change what you are currently doing? Maybe you do a lot of shopping online. Are you going to change and go for more, go to a local grocery store to buy your food? I'm just curious. Is it because of convenience or is it because of price? Now, one thing that we also know right now is that a lot of people are struggling. More and more states are attempting to get stimulus checks or some type of relief to their residents because they understand that rising prices are hurting everybody. And I've said this the past 6 to 8 months that states are going to give you this relief, not the federal government. Well, just this week, New Mexico, They approved $500 rebate checks to taxpayers and $1,000 to married couples who file jointly. Married couples who file jointly, you will receive separate checks. Now, Governor Lujan Grisham said, and I quote, "We don't want anyone to be in a position not to be able to afford food for their families." That's a similar sentiment that we are seeing across the United States, because Maine is also going to be sending out checks. Minnesota is still considering more relief. Residents in Los Angeles County have until April 13th to apply for their new long-term guaranteed income program. This program will actually provide $1,000 per month for 3 years, and it will be given out to 100 people who will be selected randomly. So, if you will currently live in Los Angeles County, go and try to apply. Because again, $1,000 per month, $36,000 at the end of 3 years, just given to you for free. Now, what about gas prices? Because this is another issue. We see food prices go up, we see gas prices go up. Well, it's kind of the other way. Gas prices go up and then food prices go up. But here's what we know. Today, gas prices are at $4.11. This is down. This is down from $4.19 just last week and down from $4.31 a month ago. Obviously, we're still up from a year ago, but it is what it is. Now, this past week, crude and Brent oil were bouncing around. They were up, they were down, they were sideways, but the expectation is that prices are going to continue to fall over the next few weeks. And most are anticipating that we will see the national average of gas fall below $4 per gallon by the end of April. Okay, by the end of April. If that is the case, and again, we're at $4.11. We're getting close. Hopefully that is the case. But again, we're going to have to wait and see. Now, here's a major crisis that I want to address. And I've talked about this a little bit on this channel. But some of the videos I talk about it, they don't get a lot of views. And I'm perfectly fine with that. But it's such a big issue. I really want to touch on this here. And that's a home buyer crisis. Because what we're seeing right now is that many people are still looking to buy a home. Even though mortgage rates are up significantly from just a few months ago, even though the supply of homes on the market is down substantially, but these home buyers are actually worried that if they don't buy something soon, and we continue to see inflation, they're going to miss out on this opportunity entirely. Now, I don't share that the same mentality. I have a feeling that home prices are going to fall. They're not going to keep going up. I anticipate they're going to come down quite a bit. Are we going to see a crash like 2008? No. I don't see that. But do I see a correction? Yes, I do. Now, here's what you need to understand. Experts are saying that many potential home buyers are able to afford their mortgage now, or their potential mortgage now, with ease, due to the fact that they are not paying any student loan payments. But that's the other problem, is even though the loan payments are factored in and that these families can afford their mortgage with their loan payments, what happens if the payments are not forgiven? Well, according to experts, millions of homeowners would actually struggle to make their payments. And this isn't just potential new home buyers, this is current homeowners as well, because of everything else going up. Gas, food, right? Utilities, everything is getting more expensive. Now, this is also one of the reasons why housing experts don't expect a bubble to burst in 2022. They say, if anything, it would be impacted in 2023 or even 2024. And this is when we'd expect the housing market to really cool off. Okay? So that's another issue. Let's say you're currently waiting to buy a house, but then it's like, well, prices aren't going to come down for maybe another year. Well, what do I do? Well, continue to wait it out, or you pay a little bit more now. And I talked about this the other day, but after doing a lot of research and figuring out what's really going on, this is a common problem. So for homeowners that end up selling their homes, let's say 1 to 2 months ago, and they're now trying to do a 1031 exchange into a new home in order to save on taxes, okay? They're not having much luck. Now, if you're not sure what a 1031 exchange is, pretty much just a rule in the tax code that allows you to take your profits from one home. Let's say you owed $100,000, your house sold for $200,000. you have $100,000 in profits. Instead of paying tax on that, you can roll that over into the next house. You have 45 days to identify a new home, and you have to close on that within 180 days. Okay, that's basically what the 1031 exchange is. Now, for many of these people, home buyers, they're having to pay more for their new mortgage because of how high the rates have gone over the past 2 months. That's an issue. They're also potentially going to have to pay tax on the profits that they have from their home. Okay, if they didn't own it very long, they have to pay taxes on that. Well, that creates another issue. So they might have to pay taxes, then they have to pay more for a mortgage because rates have gone up. This entire situation right now is turning into a major crisis, and millions of home buyers are going through this right now. And again, this is causing more issues because in some areas where housing is still very hot, the problem is some of these home buyers cannot technically afford it. On paper, yes, they can afford it, but when they look at their actual budget, they can't. And again, it's a major issue. But let's talk about Russia and Ukraine for a second, because the word out of Russia is that the Kremlin is actually attempting to get retired troops back so that they can go and again attack eastern Ukraine. Reports also indicate that Russia has lost more troops than was originally determined, and now they might not have what they need to continue on with their attack. But these reports also say the good news is that experts believe that Russia will likely fail miserably. And if this happens, in order for Vladimir Putin to somewhat save face, he will simply pull out for the time being. However, he would pull troops out. That doesn't mean he is not going to invade again. It simply means he's going to wait, regroup, and try another time. So, good news is that, there is potential good news on the horizon, but as of right now, there's still a lot of questions. So, that's what we know as of right now. Again, just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. If you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor, go ahead, hit that like button, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.